let's jump into it. And one of our topics today for this show is Ten Hag's battle to control Manchester United's dressing room. It obviously seems like Ten Hag has sort of an issue, right? Because either all these players are out of control. Ten Hag is just nitpicking. You're not in favor of CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo. I understand that. You have an agenda against him.
Me or Ten Hag?
No, you and Ten Hag, both. So you're not gonna say nothing good about him. But so Maguire, I understand that. Listen, if we really get in depth, these are football players, top football players. I understand that some of them make mistakes, some of them are better than others. Maguire he's not a limp. He can kick a ball. And he's a center back. So for this team, like you said, why not just put him in? Then you got another one, Sancho. Then you got Anthony could be an unrelated situation or related, but
the Greenwood thing was a mess in the locker room because Ten Hag wanted him to play, and the club kind of just dropped the ball on that, or didn't have the strength to be like, we're playing him.
If you're such a strong, stern leader, if you are somebody that goes by the rules, if you're somebody that the team is above everyone else, why would you want to put somebody that have done one of the most atrocious things a human being can do? But whenever Sancho shows up late, Sancho is no angel, I know that, then you blast him on social media. I've been listening to English pundits. They point out Sancho going out on social media a lot, which could have been the wrong thing, but Ten Hag called him out in front of everybody and every.
But we don't know what happened before. The assumption is that he did it because everything else didn't work. And to be fair, the interview where he calls out Sancho, it was almost innocent. It was almost like, he wasn't practicing with us, blah blah blah. It was almost flippant, like it wasn't a big deal, but it was made into a big deal. Now it's Manchester United, everything gets made into a big deal. I understand that. But the thing is like, I don't want to, so let's take a step back, right? You know how I blast United all the time because, let's say it again, they're the worst run big club in world football. This should not be on the shoulders solely of Ten Hag. There should be vertically integrated leadership that comes from the top. They set the culture. The Glazers are a mess. They're absentee owners at worst and actively hurting the club at best. We have weak leadership above them. We don't even know who the director of football is. We have weak leadership at the executive level. And so Ten Hag is now in this position where he's trying to develop a culture at this club of accountability, growing men, and trying to make this team work. He clearly didn't want Ronaldo. They bought him. Actually, Ole even said it. Ole just did an article, a conversation where he said, we bought Ronaldo and it was a mistake. That was the manager before Ten Hag, right? Because I think Ronaldo was too big for this team. It wasn't strong enough. It wasn't in a good place. And he sucked all the energy towards it.
Cristiano pointed something out that you pointed out. He said, this club is not what I was when I played here. It's run poorly.
What's worse,
they have no expectations.
It was the same as when he was there and he had been gone for 10 years. That's the bigger indictment.
Well, I think what he meant is that obviously this team is like, they don't have expectations. They don't. It's not United that goes anywhere and is feared. And everybody, when you go to Spain and play Barcelona, you go to Real Madrid, the newspapers, the Red Devils are in town, even though they play against these clubs. So it's not the same aura. It's not. So there was unorganized in this club, and he has been for a long time. So Cristiano's pointing this out. So Ten Hag can't deal with somebody like Ronaldo. He can't deal with nobody like Sancho. Which okay. I mean, somebody that shows up late that's disruptive. I get that.
Sancho is not without blame at all.
No.
Ten Hag's not perfect. I'm not saying he's perfect.
Okay, so now you got Maguire that is probably the most not problematic player in the history of football.
He's a good dude. He shows up and he gets blasted and he shows up.
You can get blasted. He can get blasted for 1,000 hours straight on media, social media, radio, television, and he will not say a word, right? Mm-hmm. And he is your captain now.
Was
what was the captain? So, but what I'm saying is, switching to Bruno Fernandes hasn't really made a difference, right? I mean, It doesn't really matter. No. So you brought that on yourself on the preseason. Nobody's talking about United at all for the first time in 1,000 years, and you decide to do this.
So in terms of Ten Hag wants to stamp the team, he's like, I need to get rid of Cristiano. He's a non-mobile striker aging. He has to go. I need to get rid of Harry Maguire. He's a he doesn't play the build-up the way I want. I need to get rid of De Gea. He can't play out from the back. I need to put Sancho aside because I need to have my guy Anthony on the side because I don't want to play Rashford and Sancho together. You know, all these things that are he's trying to stamp his team, and he picks fights and he's trying to raise. I get what he's doing. Like, I understand it. Is he doing it great? No, because right now he's now alienated Sancho. But if in the end he ends up in control of the team and the players do what he wants and they can start winning, then I think he has a pot to piss in. The problem is they still play bad. I get the feeling that Ten Hag is a coach who has the mentality of a Simeone but wants to play like Postecoglou, right?
Well, that makes it to me he's lost.
Where it's intense, it's structured, it's rule-based, it's trigger-based, it's very ordered, but it needs to be flowing. That personality doesn't mix together unless you're Pep Guardiola, who's magic. I don't know how that. Yeah.
So I don't know how this is gonna go, but it was interesting to kind of see, because I saw this. It was a pattern with different players. You know, I'm not saying that Ten Hag is bad, but I just don't know that he is the man. And at this point, I don't even know if you need to. I don't even know who you can bring. But
there isn't anyone, right?